another video. Today we're looking at the Manaforged Pathfinder build. Now the reason that I went this route with the Pathfinder is because, well, the Pathfinder is my favorite ascendancy. Lots of quality of life, lots of flask effect, and very tanky. So how do we get tanky? I had a viewer ask, how do we get so tanky? Well, I'll explain this here. What we're using is 100% physical as elemental damage. So we have it here. We have physical taken as fire and lightning. We have the taste of hate, and of course this is even further amplified with all of your flask effect. So we also use a Watcher's Eye jewel. So with this we don't really need we don't need a triple Watcher's Eye, we don't need a shield or any other shenanigans, because of the flask effect applied to the taste of hate, and the rest of this covers our physical to elemental damage pretty well. So with that, right off the bat, if you're only taking elemental damage, that means you boost your resistances up as high as possible. So what we do is we use Period of Ice, Period of Fire, and Period of Lightning, and we use Flash that gives us less elemental damage taken for each element. Now of course this is also amplified by your Flask effect and the node of Magic Utility Flask, so this gives us even more reduced elemental damage. Now when you combine that with the Blood Notch and the Immutable Force, so when you're channeling your attack, you're getting stunned but your arrows are still shooting, so you're recovering life, we're recouping life, and we're also leeching life, we're regenerating life with vitality, and of course every time our flasks are going off, gain charges when hit. Every time those go off, you're gaining 4% life. So that explains pretty much how we are so tanky. So in the previous videos you see me standing, getting charged, getting hit, and my life is just staying filled up. Now this would be even more tanky if you had a petrified, not petrified blood, but progenesis. But I can't afford progenesis, so this is for the budget exiles here. So how did I come upon this build just in general? So I was trying to find a better clear for my build because I was making a cast while stun build, and I was using like Firestorm and all these fire spells, and I was using that with the Consuming Dark to convert fire to chaos damage and then poison enemies through that. So the cast on damage, like you can run into a huge pack of monsters and just stand there, and all the skills will be going off kind of like a cast while damage taken. However, you have to be hit to make the skills go off, so the single target on that build was pretty botched. So I scrapped that build, and when I was making that build I was trying to figure out how can I make the clear a little bit quicker. And I was just kind of looking for boots just in general. I'm sure you guys do it every now and then. You'll type in unique weapons, unique boots, try to put a build together or put your own twist on a build because you don't got a lot of currency. And so I was like, I wonder what unique boots I could fill in the slot here. Now I was thinking about using the Funamu's aspect of the spider boots to get an extra web on the monsters so you can do more chaos damage over time. And I ended up seeing these boots, and I looked into them a little bit more. 35 increased chaos damage, and all damage inflicts poison and explodey mod. Now the problem with this that you'll run into is when you turn on this, you get debuffs: increased damage, reduced life and energy shield recovery, less flash charges, less flask effect, and you are slowed. So the big downside to this is once you start getting up to, I would say 6 or 7 on all of these, you'll start feeling the effects, and you'll be like, oh, it feels like I'm moving through quicksand. And essentially, once your damage you start to see your damage not recovering and you're moving way too slow, you just turn it off, because it's not required on the build to keep it moving or to do damage on the build. So with this build, we're just playing proliferation, poison proliferation. We stack frenzy charges, which gives us insane cast speed or attack speed. This allows for us to charge our Scourge Arrow to get quick 5 channeled hits. So usually I'll channel 5 hits on like bigger enemies like Crucible 100%, Essence monsters, or bosses and stuff like that to get bigger hits on the Scourge Arrow poison damage. So this is our main single target setup. And then we have our Manaforged. This is like our clear. Now this is like extra clear with with our Scourge Arrow, because Scourge Arrow shoots a lot of Thrown Arrow parts. But then we get all these arrows that are all doing damage. You turn on your Embrace Madness. Every arrow is poisoning and doing poison damage. And of course, we do have chance to hit poison on hit as well, so it's not as beneficial for this. But the big thing with these is essentially the exploding effect. So when you're mapping, you gather a bunch of mobs. So juice farming is a lot more comparable on a budget with this. So I'll actually show you guys how this works. But essentially everything in the build is budget except for the Blood Notch and Immutable Force. All of this, you can get this entire build for under 20 divs, and you'll be having a blast just mapping and just farming just in general. And here I'll throw in a map and just kind of show how I play the build, and just so you guys can get an idea of how it plays. Now I did make some highlight videos, and you guys can kind of see some of the big moments in the build. And here we'll do a live commentary of doing a little mapping on it, so you guys can see how these boots work. And yeah, this is what I like to do. I like to a lot of times y'all see popular builds or just builds in general, and I'll put my own spin on the builds, and I'll look for uniques. I'll search for uniques that people may not be using, or just see what's out there and then see if I can add it into the build without sacrificing too much. And this is the clear without turning the boots on. And of course you can stand here, hold the charge, and all of your arrows shoot while you're holding the charge. So a lot of times when you're watching the Deadeye players, they'll say, oh, you don't want to charge because it's clunky. Scourge Arrow is clunky, so we just use Scourge Arrow to trigger. Well, I use Scourge Arrow on the Pathfinder for damage. And yeah, I just stand and charge up the arrows. And we don't have to dodge around a lot because, you know, we're playing the tanky Pathfinder. And we're not playing a flimsy Deadeye that's relying on evasion to not get hit. And their Mage Bloods and Mirror Bows. You know, we're playing budget Pathfinder, and it's wonderful. So let's go ahead and let's charge in this boss here. So once I release Scourge Arrows, that's when the damage really starts hitting. 5. Okay. Not bad, not bad, I would say so myself. I really enjoy the build. So you can just, you know, you can just stutter step through the map if you want to play like a little bit quicker. Just go through, turn your boots on, whatever you want. Some better clear. Boots really enhance your clear. Get your loot. Legion boots. Okay. Maybe double corrupt those. And just pretty much just go through the mod. Let's stand some elemental damage. Yep. Now when I wasn't playing the tanky version of this build, when I was playing Pathfinder, before I went the physical as elemental, I was dying all the time on the build. Now we're having a great time. You got 100 C cell. I definitely want to get that. Alright, well, there we have it. There we have it. That is how the boots really, you know, the real power of the boots you get to see there. Clear Achilles zone. Okay, 100 C tab. Guess he's gonna do some combining stuff with that. Okay. Thanks ya, bruh. Thanks ya. Alright, there we have the build, really. Oh, +4. Dang. Yeah, make something with those later. Let's see. Is there a crucible I can try? Show a crucible. Oh, 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 oh my God, dude. Yeah, buddy. I did not expect that. Did not expect that at all. That was very nice. I love strong boxes, man. Every now and then you get something like that. Now imagine if that was 2 mirrors. Wow. Now that would be amazing. I need to find Crucible for you guys. So I know you guys want to be able to do Crucible on this. Who doesn't want to do Crucible? I mean, I love Crucible. I had made a volcanic fissure build with the Crucible stuff. It was really awesome. Okay, where's the Crucible at? Did I run past it? Movement, skill, who? Travel skill, who? Do we care about travel skills? No, we don't. We don't care about travel skills. What the heck? Out of the way, loot. You know what? I gotta upgrade my loot filter. Why I got so much trash on the screen? Oh, here's the Crucible. Okay. Let's charge it up to 100%. 100%, yeah? And we'll see how it goes. Will I survive? 100% Crucible. Boom! Turn our boots on. Get our Vol skills in. Boom! 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 Stutter step. Boom! Kite! Okay, boots is slowing me down. Slowing the kite down. But they can't catch me, they can't kill me. This is 100%, by the way. 100% Crucible. Come at me. The poison is just slowly whittling them down. Some of the ones still alive may be wither resistance or something. Okay, let's start getting some charge hits on these bros. Woo. I remember when this used to kill me, like one-shot me all the time. Now I'm playing Pathfinder. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad for a cheap build like this. Anybody can play this build. Affordable Pathfinder, baby. You don't need mirror gear. If I had mirror gear on this, oh my gosh. Oh my god. I've seen some of the bows that had like 700, 800 physical, extra additional arrows. Man, if I had one of those, this build would be insane. So as we farm up, we're gonna improve our gears here. You know, I do want to get a better bow. Now, the reason I show this build or make this build is I want to show these boots because they're really cool. I think these boots are cool. You get a huge downside, but the upside is very much worth it. Especially on the Pathfinder, you're not gonna find yourself getting one shot very often, unless it's chaos damage, and you don't have your chaos resistance max like me. You know, if you're too poor to max your chaos resistance. And look at this. Look what we're leveling. Yeah, for them totem andies. That ridiculous totem build. I sell all those once I get. I have to level them twice because I usually use one gem cutter and I sell them. I think a guy asked me how does it work or how does this build work on Expedition? Well, here you go, buddy. This is how it goes. You pop your madness, you let them all charge at you, and Yeah, poison pretty much takes them out. As long as it's not chaos resistance. You know, you don't want to get immune to chaos damage. That'll really mess up your build, but yeah. Here we have expedition. That's pretty much how your expedition maps go, and yeah, you'll have a better time with this as well because this has more single targets, so you can do the expedition bosses as well. Here's a harvest. If you're wondering how it goes in harvest. Embrace madness. Yeah. Yeah. Use the Vol skills for my aesthetic. Vol monster that appears above my head. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is harvest. This is harvest. Let's do one without turning our boots on. Yeah. Come at me, harvest monsters. Come at me. Come at me, bro. Oh, he's running. He's trying to run. He couldn't run fast enough. Just couldn't run fast enough. I think I need to get my flash charge this game. I don't know if I want to do charges on hit or charge recovery. I need to try a different. I think charge recovery I like better. Because as a normal playstyle, I don't like to really sit in the monsters too much. I just do this for showing you guys, like, you know, the survivability of the build. So you can see that, hey, if you're standing still, you know, you can survive, but you don't want to play like that. You don't want to play like you're a juggernaut, like an RF juggernaut just standing around, really, for being honest. You don't want to play like this. You can, but you shouldn't. Not on the Ranger, at least. Because if you're, you know, something happens, you know, you want to be able to, you want to play like a real Ranger. Standing there like that just shows that, hey, if you occasionally get hit and you're playing this build correctly, you just never die. You just never die. You just don't. The only way you're gonna die on this build is, you know, stupidity. Oh, I shouldn't say stupid. Yeah, stupidity. So, in that sense, you got this turned on, max debuffs, and you're just standing there. And you're just standing there, and you're standing and tanking hundreds of monsters. You're not shooting or not. Oh yeah. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. So for the people saying, oh, I think I posted this on Reddit, and some guy was like, his flask in town is down 0.2 seconds. He is not immortal. And that was because the flask, my taste of hate, was down. It takes 0.2 seconds to come back up. As if I can't just press, you know, the flask instead of using use when charges reach full. He's like, oh, you don't have enough charges to be immortal. As if you can't just press the flask. Like, all of my flasks have charges at all times, so I can press them at any time, and I'll be just fine. Okay, buddy? Gotcha. So, build success. At least to me, I think this is really a success. So, and you don't have to play a stupid totem build. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say stupid totem build. I guess some people like it, right? You know, just be able to one-shot everything so easily with poverty gear. Well, yeah, I guess it's fine. You know, it helps. You know, I guess it helps the newer players be able to do harder content. You know, I feel like trap builds are really easy, so you can. I mean, you can one-shot a lot of bosses and stuff with trap builds. So it's just that with the totem it's really cheap, so it doesn't take a lot to put it together. Okay, well, enough rambling. This is the build. I hope the video wasn't too long. I hope you guys enjoy this longer style of video, maybe with a little commentary on the mapping and whatnot. If you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, remember to like and comment. Maybe I'll do more of it. Maybe I'll stream if you guys want me to. I don't know. But yeah, this is kind of builds I like to do. I like to find random stuff and just make it work because I'm poor. But you know what? Over this last few minutes, you know, making this video, I've made 4 divines. Ain't that something? So I made a sell on a Voltaxic Rift bow that I 6-linked. And then I found 2 divines from Arcanist Strongbox. What a great start to the weekend, right? So I'm not so poor after all. Now I do want to get a Progenesis. If I get a Progenesis, I am going to show you guys how awesome that is on this build. If I get a Progenesis, man, this is going to take this build to the next level. I think I may be able to do 100% Delirium on this as of now. Maybe I buy some, I got enough currency. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to test out 100% Delirium on this build at its current state, in this poverty form. We're going to see how it works. I'm sure I'm going to die because I don't have enough Chaos Resistance. I need max Chaos Resistance for doing 100% Delirium for sure. And for Simulacrums. So for those two things, I'm going to test those, but I'm going to, with the currency that I have now, I'm going to try to get more Chaos Resistance maxed, get my Chaos Resistance maxed out, and then make those videos for you guys so you can kind of see Simulacrums and 100% Delirium. And we'll show you those. But here we have the build. You don't really have to use these boots. I just think they're awesome. 1C for this much power. What else are you going to put in this? Now, okay, let's be real. You could use this. This would be better for, single target, because you get another frenzy charge, which gives you another 5% damage over time multiplier. So maybe some frenzy boots, or some more resistance boots. Like I could get chaos resistance on my boots. Where's my boots at? So I could wear these, but when I'm mapping, it's not gonna be as fun as these. That's for sure. I love these. And I wonder if I could ever. I bought these, and I was like, man, I wonder if I can get this to work. Man, I thought with all this elemental resistance from fire, I thought this would work, dude. When I tried this, watch what happens. Well, I don't want to. Even without these boots, just drain me way too fast. Like, now the thing I did try with them is with a life flask. With the life flask, if you can keep your life flask, like you can get these life flask nodes to keep your life flask always available with charges, and then you can run it. But that's like 10 skill points to run those adrenaline boots. You know what? I'm gonna make something with these, guys. I'm gonna make something with these. I want to make something with these. These look cool. Like you get adrenaline the entire time. Imagine if I can make these work. Look how cool that looks. You're like on fire, but you got adrenaline, bro, at all times. Oh man, I gotta find a way to get these to work. There has to be a way, right? There has to be a way. Okay, enough rambling. This would be something next. This would be the next boost that I'm gonna try to do something with. So this is just a preview of what's to come. Another boot that nobody uses. I don't think I've seen anyone seriously use these and it actually worked. I have to look it up and see, but I don't think anyone's showed these working like successfully. But maybe I can find a way. For the poor exiles. Imagine the power boost you would get if you could use these on a budget build like this. It would be amazing. Alright, well, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, be on the lookout for more videos. I want to do Simulacrum and 100% Delirium, but I also want to improve my gear, and I have the currency to do so. So let's pray for a lucky drop. I need a uber lucky drop that'll give me like 20 divines or something. 25 divines, 30 divines, so I can get a Progenesis. Then once I get that, oh man, if I can get a Progenesis, that would give me chaos resistance and damage mitigation even further. Oh gosh, it would be so awesome if I could get a Progenesis, bros. I digress. So these are the next boots we're going to work with. We're going to try to get a Progenesis, more chaos resistance, and of course better bow. And I need to craft all this better. But until next time, POB will be in the description for you guys. You can pretty much build it how you want. You don't need the exact same setup as I have. You don't need these clusters. You probably don't need these clusters. You can build out more life. You can get more spell suppression. You get some mark on hit if you want it. Maybe play the sniper's mark. You can build it how you want. This is just kind of like the standard tree I built myself. I just built it the way I want it. No set way to play, you know? This you can play any way you want. Alright, peace out, bros. Until next time, be on the lookout. I'm gonna be playing all weekend, trying to get these to work, trying to farm up currency, trying to get a lucky drop for Apogenesis, and yeah, that's it. Peace out.